Alright, so I am getting ready to finally install this Romeo red dot Sig Sauer sight on my P365. I bought this a couple weeks ago. Full disclaimer. Number one, I just got off work. I'm looking gross. I didn't even get a chance to shower yet. I wanted to do this first because this is going to be a little bit dirty because, I got oil on the gun and everything else. So, this sight is not the best sight. It's a good sight, looks good, functions good, but it has some downfalls, and I will show you why. So inside of the box, of course, you have your optic. Now, the optic itself, just a small little optic, very, very small, super tiny. Here's where the problem lies. This is where the battery goes. Now, for those of you who know anything at all about a sight, battery's on the bottom. Every time this little battery dies, you then have to remove your sight off of your pistol, change the battery, reinstall the sight, and zero it back in. So that means if you're ever running this on an everyday carry gun, you don't know when the battery's going to go out. There's no warning to tell you when the battery's getting low. It just one day is not working. So, not great. That design sucks. Now, outside of that, in the little box, you do get the metal shroud, which you can use to go around your sight. Helps protect the sight a little bit. I'm not going to be carrying this gun every day anymore. I have recently went and bought a Smith & Wesson Bodyguard 2.0 carry comp. That is going to be getting my other sight, which actually is right here, this Defender. But first I have to ship out my top slide so that way I can get it cut because it does not come optics ready. Company called Monsoon Tactical in Ohio is going to be doing my sight for me. So that is going to be going on there. For now, I would like to test this sight, so it's going to be on a different gun, but we'll get to that later on. So, outside of the actual sight itself, you obviously have your tools, your mounting screws, everything else. All comes in the bag. Then you got your battery. So, comes with a 1632 Duracell. Pretty good running battery. It usually, I'm not exactly sure how long the battery lasts, but from the reviews that I've read, it's usually only about 6 to 8 months. I haven't even put the battery in here. I haven't gone through the settings or anything yet. I'm going to obviously install it on the SIG, and then, we'll see how it operates. Now, outside of just the sight itself, outside of just having the sight, please, if you are installing a red dot sight on anything, go get you some blue Loctite. Medium strength. Do not use red Loctite. You want to be able to get this off. If you use red Loctite, you will be the angriest person in 6 months when you go to take your sight off because you have to change the battery. Because again, it's on the bottom. So get you some blue Loctite, medium strength, just because you don't want it to wiggle around while you're shooting, but you don't want it to be so strong that you need the Hulk to take it off. And then on top of that, this is my torque wrench that I'm going to be using to torque the actual sight itself down. This is the Wheeler fat wrench. This is the 100-piece set. I got this for like $140 or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. But it's got basically every single attachment you could need. So it gets every size possible. Because yes, these sights absolutely need to be torqued to spec. You can easily over torque them, and this little thing right here it's basically just plastic. So if you over torque this, you are not going to be happy. It's going to snap, it's going to crack, the sight's going to be garbage. You just spent all your money for nothing. I got this on sale. That's the only reason I bought it, because normally I would avoid this at all costs. But it's going on a gun I don't carry anymore, and I'm just having fun with it. And I also got it pretty cheap, so why not try it? SIG on a SIG. So inside the Wheeler set here, you have exactly what you think you would find. You have all your bits, you have your inch-pound torque wrench, standard driver, and then, you know, every size bit you would possibly need. And yes, they are all labeled, I believe. Yeah, if you lift the top up, it's got all the labels right there. So, yes, you can see which size is which. So, everything is here. Fantastic set. So, I have taken the slide off completely. This is not necessary, but I got to clean it anyway. As you see, I have a little bit of excess oil there. So, this has to be sprayed out, cleaned out, oiled properly. And the sight's going to be installed just like this. And it's going to be put back together and thrown back on the pistol. Okay, so again, with the over-oiling, I have the optic slide off, so I can now mount my sight on. It does come with shims and everything, so you'll be able to set it exactly how you want it, proper screws and everything. Now, the reason that I took the slide off of the gun, again, this is not necessary. I just wanted a flat surface to work on. That's it. Just wanted to be able to lay it flat. I do not have my bench set up. I'm going to be turning my upstairs into a little workspace for all of my guns because I plan on building quite a bit more. But again, remember, when you put these on, just the tiniest dab of blue Loctite. Super tiny. These screws are already, look at how small this screw is. You know what I mean? So, obviously, don't go crazy with it. Yeah, one tiny little dab will do a million miles more than you need to. Now, I did want to put this in the video real quick. I don't know if you can see this little goo. This was inside my sight. I had to just cut it out. It was literally sitting where the battery itself was, so I couldn't put the battery in all the way. Just shows the quality of this sight. Again, it's supposed to be a cheap sight. I'm going to tell you, in all honesty, Sauer makes some incredible sights. Their Romeo 8, I think it's AMR, and Juliet 3 AMR, or it might be RMT. I don't know what I don't remember. I'll have to look. But those sights are fantastic. That's a bitchin' combo. That combo is so cool. So this is just, it's a cheap sight. It's not supposed to be the best anything. And it's an old design. So I'm not ripping on it. You know, it's just, is what it is. I just removed that little piece. It was stopping the battery from going in. That's all it did. But now I can just pop the battery in, no problem. Also, these are the screws recommended to use in this sight on the P365 specifically. This is the M3 version of the screws. Now, these do come with a little tiny dab of thread locker on them, so you don't have to add the blue Loctite. At least not until you take it off a couple times and do it again. As you can see, these ones, the M4 version, do have a little bit of blue thread locker on them. This one has the red. I'm not entirely sure why, but we'll figure that out later. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and install this on, and we'll see how it looks. Okay, so I threw the piece on. Part of my video was not recording when I was installing it. But this right here is a Wheeler fat torque wrench. I torqued mine down to 10 inch-pounds. That's what it calls for. So basically, once you stick it on there, if you spin it, it's not going to go anywhere. It's just going to click. If you wanted to do it just with the tools that they provide, I mean, they do provide an Allen wrench for installation. They also provide one for zeroing, so you can do your adjustments, which obviously I need to use that when I do this. They also have an adhesive piece in here. There is part of the gas chamber showing it expels gas when you shoot, so you want to put that adhesive piece on underneath. These are, again, the M3 screws. This is specifically for a P365. The other set of screws are for other models, so it all depends on really what you're working with. Go through the owner's manual, and it'll tell you which is which. Again, this is what I put on here. I do not have the sight on currently. It's just installed. It needs to be cleaned because you have to reach into that button right there. That's where the red dot sight is. Kind of inconvenient, like I said. Not the best sight, but it's something I can zero, have fun with, and just go ahead and, take to the range, take to the cabin, do whatever I'm doing, and shoot it out, have fun. Alright, so there you have it. The red dot is installed. I have it set to shake awake, so any movement, the red dot will come on. It's all, to be honest with you, it's got a little bit of, I feel like it's got too much play, to be honest with you, but it's just the shroud. It's not the actual sight itself, but the shroud wiggles, which I don't like, but the sight itself is solid. This is not going anywhere. Again, I don't like that. That sucks. You can see it right here, watch. I don't know if you can see the movement. You can definitely hear it. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, you can. Oh yeah, you can definitely see it. Look at the corner right there. See it? But again, the sight itself is solid. It's not going anywhere. The sight's not moving. It's just a shroud around it. Another good thing about this, again, the battery dies like crazy. They do have an optic cut back here, so if the battery does die, you can still kind of see your red dot. Or your front sight, I mean. So if your red dot dies, you can still see your front sight down there. You can look down and see your front sight. It's a little bit difficult, but it is what it is. So yeah, there's that. And then when you put it on, obviously it's pretty much self-centering, but make sure you have it lined up pretty much in the middle of these two sights. So you want them right between these two night sights right there where that line is. And that's it. So I will be taking this to the range this weekend, hopefully. That's why I put it on here, just so I could mess around with it. I'm going to zero it in with my bore sighter in a little bit, and then I'll be taking it to the range. So we'll see.